discover for the first time globally. That is the MG Hector. Yes, it's a compact SUV. And as you can see, there are two cars here. There's a red and a black, and it's extremely crowded, but we're going to still try and get in there anyway. Now it's about 4,655 millimeters long. There's a 2750 millimeter wheelbase. So just to give you a sense of its size, it is definitely bigger than a Creta, but it's kind of, at least looking visually, a little bit smaller than the Compass. So Tucson, I guess that would be a good size comparison. But here's Ameya, so let me quickly ask him. Ameya, would you get a quick Compass and Tucson dimensions out for us while we're live? We'll quickly tell people. All right, so Ameya is going to get us those figures. In the meanwhile, the news on the car is that, of course, it gets 3 engine options. Yes, 3, because you have a petrol and a diesel. But while the petrol itself makes 141 bhp, there is also a micro hybrid, or a mild hybrid, I should say, that goes with it. A 48-volt lithium-ion battery will be part of the hybrid that's going to be available from the very start. What it does is gives you a 20 Nm boost of torque when you need it, and also helps cut down emissions by 12%. So that would be an industry first for the segment to have a proper mild hybrid, and also available from the start, not a variant that's coming later. No indication, Avinash, so far on price, but of course, remember, we've all been expecting Harrier-like prices on this car. The prices themselves will be available only next month. That is when the actual sales will begin. In June is when the car arrives, and bookings
start in the first week of June.
The bookings start in the first week of June. And the good news for many of you who might be waiting for this car, MG says it will have 120 dealers up and running by June, and it will have 250 dealers across the country by the end of September. Now, let's get into more details. Stuff that we've told you about this car already. Internet inside, yes, connected car. It's a very big deal, a very big part of this entire package as well, and a very big part of the overall promise. It's dominated by that 10.4-inch screen that's in there. Lots of people, lots of interest, so we'll go into the cabin in a second. But yes, the whole embedded SIM or eSIM story is what we first reported on the tech aspect of this car a few days ago. Is it worth waiting for, or should I go for the Compass, says Akhil. You know, Akhil, I have to say that my simple principle on stuff like that, before I answer a question like that, I have to drive the car. I mean, all of this is okay. I can show you what it looks like. I can tell you how spacious it is. I can even tell you all about its internet-friendly connected features. But I still can't tell you how it drives. So, Shaswat is asking about the wheels. So, let's go straight in there. These are size 17 or 17-inch alloy wheels. A lot of equipment, especially all of this that you see in terms of some of the styling features, but more importantly on the safety side, is going to be standard on this car. So that's very encouraging. And it also says that it has a 587 liter boot, which is, all right, somebody has, there we go, which is the largest in the segment, says MG. There you go. Pretty nice and spacious boot, of course. A little extra room down there. Will the diesel powertrain get DSG in the future? No such plans right now. The diesel will have a manual. It's the petrol that's going to have a dual clutch or a DCT gearbox, and the hybrid will have a manual as well. Can it accommodate a folded wheelchair? I'm guessing it should be able to, though I can't tell you that with any kind of accuracy since I can't test that out for you right now. The power tailgate is always a nice feature to have. Turbocharged petrol, yes indeed. Turbocharged diesel, turbocharged petrol. Paisa kitna? Now I wish I could answer that question, but of course we still don't have a sense of just how much the car is going to be priced at. Ameya, want to take a guess at the price?
Should be around 14 to 20 lakhs.
All right, where does the Tata Harrier sit right now?
Tata Harrier starts at around 15 to 40.
All right, so we are basically saying it should be around that in terms of pricing. Uh,
But this one is longer.
Somebody's asking about the average. Gaurav, that's way too early. MG has nailed it. What about audio system? It's much more than an audio system. It's a 10.4-inch, largest in class, as they say, screen that does a lot in terms of giving you connected car features. Just waiting for this gentleman to be done so I can take you into the cabin. Not BS6 compatible, but BS6 ready is what MG has said. We'll wait for Kia, Hector, Harrier, which one? Sorry, I missed that. In terms of reliability. Harrier, Hector, Kia. Now, you're talking about the Harrier, which has been around just a very short time in the market, and then two cars which aren't even in the market. So let's not talk about reliability just yet. Though having said that, going by just sheer track record, if one has to stick their neck out at this point, you'd probably say Kia. Gulshan is asking an interesting question. Which exterior do I like more, the Harrier or this? You know what? This whole slim light on top and headlight down below, that's a new trend. You're getting to see more and more of it. I have to say on the Harrier, it's very obvious where the headlamp is. On this car, the headlamp is nicely concealed. And so I think in terms of proportion and execution, this design is a little bit more attractive. It also works because of the proportion of the car itself being a little bit larger in terms of being wider in its stance. So yeah, I do like that. I'm not crazy about all the chrome up front, but that is of course very individual. Yes, Anurup, it will be a challenge to the Harrier for sure. Why such small wheels? Yeah, I agree that proportionately the wheels could have been a little bit larger, but 17 inch is not a bad size at least. When can we expect the reviews? Oh, in about a couple of weeks maybe. Yeah, that's about the time when we'd get our hands on the car. First week of June is when I think we'll get to drive it, and then hopefully soon thereafter you should have a review, unless there is an embargo. All right, does the petrol, sorry I missed that. Price, we've already talked about that. Prices are only coming out in June, guys, so anybody who wants to know about the price, please be patient. We don't have those yet. No plug-in hybrid, Harsh. Sorry, it's just a mild hybrid system at this point. No plug-in. Salim, no, it's a question I've already answered. No diesel automatic. Is it Chinese? Sohail says, yes, this is SAIC, which is, of course, a Chinese company that owns MG. Venue or Hector, better in infotainment? Well, we've only seen both. We haven't really used either. So give me a couple of weeks before we can drive both cars and also tell you how the infotainment part of that works. So we'll have to wait and see. All right, finally stepping inside. All right, finally on the inside, and climbing seat. It also slides a little forward when you bring back the backrest. Rear AC vent, it's going to be of course a huge thing that everybody will want to know about. So let me quickly tell you that yes, the rear AC vent is very much there, and you also get a USB charge point down there. So that's always going to be welcome. Levels of plastic seem acceptable. It's something that's wow in that sense. But ergonomics seat return like on the classic. Headroom is great. The sense of headroom is great. And of course, you also have the classic panoramic sunroof. take another quick look on the inside. Alright, the 360 camera view for you on that screen right now. The big talking point, of course, is going to be that infotainment system, which gives you plenty of connectivity options. And the part that excites me is that you have plenty going on safety. So, as MG says, first in segment, ESP plus traction control, hill hold control, 3-point seat belts for all passengers, ISOFIX child seats, and rear disc brakes. Yes, and that's going to be across all variants. Besides that, it also gets ABS, EBD, dual airbags, and parking sensors as well as standard. So that is very, very encouraging because, of course, that's the part that you all want to know about first and foremost. Anish, back up the video when I'm done and you'll know, because I just showed you exactly how the seating posture is. Now, you've all, of course, seen the little teasers on TV where Benedict Cumberbatch, the brand ambassador for MG India, is talking to the car. Hello, MG, and then you get the car to talk back to you. All right, hello, MG worked. But the point here is that, yes, voice commands will become an increasing part of more of these cars. So will connected cars. I mean, this whole eSIM thing may seem like a very novel idea right now, but the Venue has it. Kia is going to be bringing that in as a feature as well. And soon it'll become more and more standard across the board. Production from India or China? That's a good question. And the answer, the car is being made in Halol at what used to be the GM plant and is now the MG plant. Yes, GM, MG. But definitely made in India. Nikhil, I promise I will try and get it to you as soon as I can. Oh God, everybody's asking about price. Want to quickly clarify, folks, this is just an unveil. This is not the actual launch. Why is Benedict not here? Yeah, I agree. Why isn't he? But not here because this is not the launch. This is an unveil. All brands like to milk it these days, and so which is why you have, I guess, the different milestones. You have the tech launch, now you have the unveil, and then next month is when we'll get the actual market launch, and that's when we'll have the prices. What about service? Well, let's hope it's good. Beyond the fact that we only know about what size that network is going to have, we don't really have any more details on it. But 250 dealers by the end of September, I have to say that's quite bold. I mean, a lot of new brands don't do that. Where are you guys right now? Vaibhav, we're in Mumbai. That's where this unveil is happening. The bookings open in the first week of June. Alloys are 17-inch. When will you review it? A lot of same questions coming again and again. The review should be sometime in the first week of June as well. Harsh, the build quality seems alright. It seems pretty good. It's not something that's blowing me away, but this is just a first impression. And of course, I'm seeing it under lights. It'll be better for me to give you a more accurate picture of that once I have the car outside, which is more fair. No four-wheel drive. Sorry, I know a lot of you have been asking that question. The Kia Carnival will come next year, guys. That's in February, most likely. Automatic in diesel? No. Again, that's a question that many of you are asking. So maybe that's a good feedback for me to give to MG. The automatic is only going to be on the petrol and on the petrol hybrid as well as the diesel, it's manual transmission. Dimensions? Did you pull out those dimensions?
Yeah.
Yep. All right, so we're going to do a little bit of a quick comparative on size on this car. I already told you it's what, 4655 mm long and 2750 millimeter wheelbase. Now let's compare that to some of the other cars in the similar class.
The compass is
So the compass is a little bit long. No, it's a little bit shorter at 4585 mm, 4585, and the Tucson is even shorter at 4475 mm. And
Look at this. This is the XUV.
oh, the XUV. I'm going to start again. The XUV 500 is 4585 mm. The Hyundai Tucson is 4475 mm, and the Compass is 4447 millimeters. So this car is definitely the longest in the class, that's for sure. Any info on the boot size? 587 liters, if I remember correctly. Again, MG is claiming that is the segment's best boot as well. Backseat has recliner and slide feature. Yes, George, you want to quickly go back in this video once I'm done, because I went in and demonstrated that. Prices aren't out yet. Yes. No CVT. It's a DCT. Yes, but that's only on the petrol. And again, at the start of this video is where I've talked about specs, but we can quickly go over that again. The diesel will be BS6. The petrol will be BS6. Not at launch. That's not what we are getting. Auto tail boot, yeah, yes, it goes up. It's an electric control. Let's have the specs. Shocking. All right. Yes, so again, as a demonstration in this video, if you scooch back on that tailgate going up and down. Specs in terms of the engine.
Engine.
All right, we're just going to quickly rattle off the engine specs to you as well. Price range. God, guys, this is just an unveil. No prices today. Prices only in June. Whew. Does it come with cooled seats? No. Details about service center. Again, you'll have to go back in this video. There's plenty of talk about that. Petrol engine is turbo. And all right, so the 1.5 liter turbocharged petrol has 141 bhp and 250 Nm of torque. The 2 liter turbocharged diesel has 170 horses and 350 Nm of torque. There you go. And of course, the petrol hybrid, the mild hybrid, gets the very same engine. So same output, but you get an extra 20 Nm of a torque boost when you need it. Color options, we've only seen the red and the black here today, but if you remember a few days ago we did a story on carandbike.com where we revealed some of the other colors. There's a grey, there's a white, so you can go and take a look at that and you can see some of those pictures as well. Expected price, yes, again Harsh, we've talked about that endlessly today in this video. I reckon think Tata Harrier, and if they can undercut that, nothing like it. No all-wheel drive Hector, Manoranjan. All right, so I'm seeing very similar questions. So basically, guys, sunroof, panoramic roof, yes, there is a massive panoramic sunroof. Let me try and show it to you again. Showed it from the inside, and now you can kind of see it from the outside. Open, 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 open. There you go, that's the sunroof. BS6 will be next April, yeah, when the deadline happens. All right, so many of you are asking very similar questions. I'm going to request you, because it's really crowded here and this is getting very lengthy and it's very noisy. Just go back and start this video from the top, and I'm pretty sure you'll get a lot of those answers to the questions that you've been asking. Show the dashboard. Again, we've done that, but
And it got on, but there is no ambient.
alrighty, here we go. Lots of screens all around, no surprise there. This is the part that we've talked about and showed you before as well. In terms of the plastic quality, it seems acceptable. There is a little bit of the stitching pattern on the dash that looks nice. Lots of sculpting on the door as well as on the dash, and good use of different colors that come together. Having a dark palette sometimes goes against a car because it makes it look a little compact, but in this case I think it's a fairly roomy cabin, so that shouldn't be a problem. This car is the manual, as you can see. There is that which many of you will care about, and of course it's this big screen that's getting a lot of the attention because well, of course it's the big talking point of this car as well. 360 camera switch down there. There's also going to be a bit of a talking point. It's kind of funky here on the stage, but leather quality, not so sure about that question, guys, but I have to say it doesn't look bad. This is, of course, leatherette, and even in terms of the ergonomics of this seat, not driving, of course, today, but it looks and feels fairly comfortable because you get a decent commanding view of what should be the road in front of you here.
Excuse me.
Plenty of controls on the steering wheel, as you can see, and
I'm listening.
of course the voice commands. So hello MG, and you get plenty of options that are voice guided as well. There's going to be all sorts of apps embedded into the car. There's going to be over-the-air updates. That's again a big feature that they're touting. The inbuilt SIM card, the eSIM. There is a tie-up already with Airtel on that. Is there a chance to get a third row? We'll have to wait and see. At this point, no. Yeah, Syed, it is, as I said, Airtel. The tie-up is with Airtel. There's Apple CarPlay, of course, Android Auto if you need it. There's going to be a tie-up with Ghana as well, so an inbuilt app which lets you have a cluster of songs that you could download and listen to. They would be offline, some amount of updates, and even some of the videos as well as the songs would come from MG in its over-the-air updates as well. No cool seats. Are there driving modes? No, there are no driving mode switches here. Shut that door. Alright, we're just going to want to shut the door because I'm dying to get that. Alright, finally you can see that without the door open message. And alright, was hoping to get some of the other functions going, but I guess the car needs to be running for that. Alright, that's too bad. Start stop button, of course, goes without saying these days. All of that goes without being goes without saying these days as well. And expected price, god, I'm very tired of answering that question because of course we don't have the prices today, guys. You'll have to be patient. Prices are only going to come in June. Of course, climate control, and that is standard too. Naveen, I've been talking about this endlessly. The interior quality seems acceptable. It seems pretty good. It seems well put together. In terms of durability and usability, we'll have to wait and see. But it's a fairly roomy feeling cabin, and the greenhouse is quite generous as well. It gives you a good sense of space for sure, and I think that roof certainly helps that cause. Vivek, the automatic is on the petrol, and the petrol mild hybrid and the diesel are with the manual only. All right, so again, to repeat and reiterate what I said, many of you are asking questions which have already been answered. Please go back and watch this video from the start, and thank you for joining us. This is our first look at the MG Hector. We of course will drive the car very soon, and we'll have even more pertinent details to share once that drive happens. Can it rival the segment? That's the last question I'm going to take, Aditya. Yes, I think from a package presentation point of view, we certainly feel it has the goods. Pricing and drivability are the two key things that are left to be discovered, which will truly answer